Hello, my lovelies! Today we are diving into the delicious chaos of one night stands that were never just one night. Maybe they're strangers, maybe they're co workers, exes, or friends who got a little too close. But one thing's certain, they did not plan on catching feelings. We love these stories because they're messy, dramatic, full of tension, and somehow still romantic. So, today I've got 10 BLs that all begin with that one impulsive night. Some will emotionally wreck you, some will leave you screaming at the screen, but there's something for everyone's taste. Let's get into it. Ua never imagined that the guy he couldn't stand at work, the office flirt, always surrounded by women, always in someone's car, would become someone so important. With an abusive ex on one side and a toxic mother on the other, Ua was barely holding it together. King felt like a temporary escape, just one night to forget everything. But one night wasn't enough. Suddenly, they are in a friends with benefits situation. Except King gets jealous, gets protective, and somehow becomes Ua's calm in all the chaos. And Ua starts wondering, when exactly did a hookup turn into the one place he feels safe? Yai's plan was simple. Drug Mangakon, humiliate him on camera and make him back off his crush. But turns out, Mangakon's built like a tank, unbothered, undrugged, and completely in control. The night spins out and it's Yai who ends up vulnerable, exposed, and very unwillingly on tape. What was supposed to be revenge turns into regret, confusion, and a whole lot of shame. And just when Yai thinks it can't get any worse, Mangakon shows up as the lead architect on his hotel project. Now they're stuck together, and Yai's not sure if he wants to punch him or touch him again. Wen broke up with Alan a long time ago, but somehow it never really ended. They still live together, still fall into old habits and old beds. But Wen's tired. He wants more. So when Uncle Jim walks in at just the right moment, one night is all it takes to shake something loose in him. Wen can't let go. He lingers, builds up friendship, hoping for something deeper. But Jim is still chained to his past, burned, betrayed, and terrified to trust again. Still, Wen won't back down, because this time he's sure he's falling and he's not letting go. Kon and Nok have been best friends forever, through wins, losses, breakups, everything. But one drunken night changed everything. Nok never expected to sleep with Kon and definitely didn't expect to enjoy it that much. He tries to brush it off as a mistake, especially with his obsessive girlfriend in the picture. But the more distance he puts between them, the more he craves Kon. Not just as a friend, but as the one person who truly satisfies him. He swears it's nothing, just friends. So why does he burn with jealousy every time another guy looks at Kon like that? Sky swore he'd never give himself to another man again. Not after the abuse, the manipulation, the way his body was treated like a transaction. Love, trust, those were dead to him. So when Prapai comes along, their one night feels like just another trade. His body in exchange for safety. But Prapai doesn't walk away. He stays. He's persistent, annoyingly caring, and way too gentle for someone who wasn't supposed to matter. Sky tries to push him away, but Prapai keeps showing up, healing wounds he didn't cause, asking for nothing in return. Maybe, just maybe, Sky can trust again. Juyuk thought that night with Kim Song-min meant something, until he woke up alone in the hotel room. Furious and confused, he demanded Song-min never ghost him like that again. But nothing could have prepared him for the shock of seeing that same shy man show up as his new teaching assistant. Juyok just wants a chance, but Songmin keeps his walls up. So naturally, Juyok plots. He'll make Songmin fall for him. But when Songmin mishears a conversation and gets jealous, he shuts Juyok out completely. Now there's only one thing left to do: be honest and say he's in love. Fourth and Beam never looked at each other that way. They are both rough, loud, burly guys who go for soft, cute types, not each other. But one night, heartbroken and raw, they end up tangled in bed. And damn, it's the best either of them have ever had. It doesn't make sense. They're not each other's type, right? But something's shifting. The banter feels warmer, the touches linger longer, and suddenly being with anyone else just feels wrong. They were supposed to be friends, but now there's heat, there's tension, and maybe there's something real growing between the chaos. Kazuaki and Sei are both trapped, stuck in long-term relationships that feel more like cold routines than love. Touch-starved and unseen, they find unexpected comfort in each other. One night, after Kazuaki is cruelly rejected by his girlfriend, they end up in a hotel room. Sei tells himself it's just one night. But that night stretches into days, bodies entangled, voices soft, hearts slowly opening. In that room, everything makes sense. Outside of it, Sei can't look at his partner the same. All he wants now is Kazuaki, and maybe it's time to stop surviving and start choosing what feels right. PV was supposed to be a one-night stand, just a reckless moment to numb the sting of losing his crush P-Bar. Sure, it felt insanely good, but Mark hates him. Hates his smirk, his cocky flirting, his stupid teasing, and the worst part, PV has a girlfriend, a long-term one. So why does Mark care when he finds out she's cheating? Why does it hurt when V tries to fix things with her? If it was just one night, why can't Mark move on? Because he's already fallen, and with V, there's no escape. Only heartbreak he keeps choosing anyway. What Time planned as revenge turned into something far more complicated. One night with Great, charming, kind, and heartbreakingly lonely, was supposed to be a setup, a trap to shame his family, to get back at the people who ruined Time's life. But when the footage leaked, Great didn't even flinch. He was so used to being overlooked, so touch-starved, that even fake affection felt like something real. Time never expected to care, but the guilt creeps in, and suddenly hurting Great feels like hurting himself. He wanted revenge, but now all he wants is to protect the boy he broke. And there you have it, 10 BLs that proved one night is never just one night. Whether it's messy, emotional, or downright chaotic, we can't help but fall for these stories where lust turns into something deeper. So tell me, which of these wrecked you the most? Or did I miss your favorite one-night stand drama? Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss another deep dive into your favorite BL mess. Until next time.